behind bars. This is what I'm just saying. So
Mm,
yeah. So either which
I,
way, man, he deserves what he got. I still think that I thought 60 years. I thought he was got more than that. But like I
that's a
said,
lot.
I think if they both ended up being unalived, then he probably would have definitely got double murder. For the baby and
Oh,
her. Yeah, but remember, since they lived, you know what I mean? They lived. So they got saved. So I think that's why they gave him 60. Either which way, right? Let's just say he does the 60 years and he's alive. He's gonna be 87 when he gets out. He's 27 now. He got 60 years.
I
You know what I
don't think
mean?
he gonna make that
I mean,
87.
listen. Listen. You don't know. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. You never know.
Well,
He might.
I
He
pray.
probably make it. You don't know.
No, no, I pray. But that again. This is senseless. I don't understand it.
Yeah. They're not
you
gonna let him
know.
out. I know that. He could appeal it all he want. They ain't gonna let his ass out. You know what I mean? Because of what he did. And whoever the guy was who walked by, the park or was walking in the park at that specific time. See, stuff like that, I look at like, yo, that's not a coinky dink. You know what I mean? Like whether we want to believe in a higher being, God, whatever, the Most High, that man was meant to be walking at that specific time. Because imagine if that man did not walk there. Let's just say he was 2 hours later. She would have, you know
Mm,
what I mean? She
yeah.
would have been gone. She would have been gone, and the
Yes.
baby would have been gone. So you know that's how I look
That's
at things like
true.
that. Yeah. So that guy is like a miracle for that female. You know.
Yeah, that's true. I can agree with that. All right. Well, I'm going to go off into the next
Topic.
what the F is wrong with our kids.
Mhm.
And we're gonna talk about Marcavius because I now that okay, I could go that maybe this is not mental health, but that Marcavius thing that's some sick mental health stuff. But
What's
I'm
that?
gonna get into I'm gonna play a whole video. You're gonna
Okay.
see for yourself.
All
But
right.
let me get into this
Mm.
next music video and all of that. But yeah, this senseless, no reason. Our kids, what is going on with them?
I can read your aura. Get that skill from my mama. And I can make you better, boy. Take this risk if you wanna.
Tap into Hop the Series. So, Hop the Series, as I told you at the top of the show, will be returning to House of Peach. So, if you're interested in being a guest, you have to be a female entrepreneur. Doesn't matter how small or big your business is. Go to houseofpeach.org. I do have previous episodes of female entrepreneurs. You have to download the House of Peach mobile app. They go to QR code or just go to houseofpeach.org. All the information needed, the scheduling information, how to watch the videos is all there. But Hop is returning, and yours truly will be the host. I'm looking at the show being Wednesdays at 8 p.m. All right, so let me get into the next indie music artist, right? This is a brand new video. Y'all let me know in the chat what y'all think should it be added to the Peach Radio Show. Have y'all noticed I've been playing newer music every week? I'm always adding. So let me know. Um, yeah, and when we come back, I will be talking about Marcavius. This is going to be something. That case is something. Stay tuned.
Crazy.
Peach ENT.
That's my ish.
If you control someone's perception, you control their actions, which come from perceptions. And that's the idea. And all these things, interestingly, all those news organisations, what are they doing? They're telling people what to think. And the other thing
Now every man want heaven, but no man want die. So I'm selling soul at the crossroads at midnight. I'm sure I'm all the ways that made the lightning strike twice in the same place. It's their space, money for life. The bargain they propose a mine and they grip the price. It's loaded like a weapon when you rolling with their dice. I'm calling what you wanna, gonna end the sacrifice. Like them witches coming through on the broom with the brew, make me go. In all these lies we trust, 1 + 1 equals us. There's a signal coming through, changing all our points of view. Feels like I'm going back. I don't know if I can last. All my life I know subtract. All we make, they take back. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Feel like I got too many shoes. Tripping on the feelings that I have. And I'm stuck with my bad math. And we can't count on nobody to come through and save us. What is we doing? We gotta be the bravest to take it to the next level of conversation, debating, open up innovation. This is a message to America. It is a message from Americans. Know the violence that can be standing on the living yam, living yam, living yam, living yam, living yam. In the land of the desolated and decimated and desecrated, this mental enslavement inside of our nation. We are the world's most hated, same time most celebrated. An immigrant America, founded by immigrants, blinded by ignorance, programmed for nonsense by corporate conglomerates. Don't trust what they promising, 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 promising.
Humanity is living a fake sense of self.
Feels like I'm going mad. I don't know if I can last. All my life I know subtract. All we make, they take back. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Feel like I got two left shoes. Tripping on the feelings that I have. And I'm stuck with my bad math. Feels like I'm going mad. I don't know if I can last. All my life I know subtract. All we make, they take back. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Feel like I got two left shoes. Tripping on the feelings that I have. And I'm stuck with my bad math.
ENT.
A gruesome and heartbreaking story tonight out of Barber County. The family of a missing 18-year-old says after searching for him for days, they made a horrifying discovery in the woods.
WDHN's Elizabeth White has more for us tonight, and we do want to warn you the details in this story are disturbing.
But they got to pay all I'm going to pay. Everybody that's involved, I want them to pay for my son. Everybody that's involved, go pay for my son. Everybody that's involved, go pay for my son. Everybody.
A mother's grief is tangible, the pain unthinkable. For 5 days, Marcavius Rump's family searched for the missing 18-year-old after they say he was last seen Thursday, May 7th, getting into a car with an acquaintance. Then came disturbing information from the community. Fearing he had been badly hurt, the family launched their own search over Mother's Day weekend.
I looked for 5 days for my son with no help from the Eufaula Police Department. No help. Me and my family in the rain on Mother Days. I walked around through woods.
Then Monday, in a muddy wooded area off of White Oak Church Road, their search ended in horror.
They basically burnt my baby, shot my baby, burnt them up and chopped them up.
And you were the one that found?
Yes.
How does a father deal with that?
I'm dealing with it best I can right now.
Tuesday, investigators were back in the woods searching for evidence as the hunt for a killer or killers continues. The family does believe someone known to Markavius is responsible, but police so far have not named a suspect. Markavius had just earned his GED and planned to become a welder, a young life cut tragically short.
This investigation is still active as authorities search for answers. If you have any information regarding this case, please contact the Eufaula Police Department, and we'll continue to bring you any and all updates, both on air and online here at WDHS.
We have a new development in a story we've been following here in WRBL News 3. A 19-year-old Eufaula man is facing multiple charges after investigators identified remains found earlier this month as a missing Eufaula resident. Eufaula police say the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences has positively identified the remains recovered back on May 11th as Markavius Rump Jr. According to police, 19-year-old Josiah Isaiah McKinney of Eufaula was arrested in connection with the case. He is charged with murder, abuse of a corpse, and tampering with physical evidence. This is an ongoing investigation.
This case, oh my God. So if you are just tuning in, we are in the middle of the show. Just watched the video about Markavius Rump. He is from Alabama. I think it's Eufaula. I have never heard of Eufaula, Alabama, but I've never been to Alabama. And I don't think I want to go. But anyway, I think it was May 6th. He went missing. He left his home. He got into a black I don't know. I've listened to several stories. A black, I think it was a car, and then it was a black SUV. I'm not too sure at this point, but his body, he disappeared. His family reported it to the police. Now the police were cooperative. I guess they assumed because he was a teenager that it was his right to just disappear, but his mom did not believe that that was the case. So her and the dad formed a search party and found him um on the within property limits of one of his friends. Now this is what f's me up about this case. He was tortured, like, I can't. They killed this boy, well, unalived him. Then they turned around and cut him up, I believe, and then they burned him. And I don't know about you, but this just seems too deranged for me. When I heard the case and I did my research, I am not going to lie. I prayed. I prayed and I prayed and I prayed that, number one, that this baby was still alive and maybe he had a run in with one of his friends, or he would pop up. And then once I realized, what happened, I was thinking, first thought that came to my mind was maybe that, this was some type of organ theft situation where, because he's in Alabama, and I'm not sure if Alabama is like North Carolina. I know my family, some of them that have these properties that are huge. So you really don't know what's going on within the vicinity of it. Anything could happen and no one would know. So I assume he was with his friend and he probably left and it was something that happened to him. Yeah, Mel said a hate crime. But I was praying that it was, something like that, organ theft, because of the mutilation of the body and the burning and the torturing and then burying him. I'm thinking that somebody took his heart, his liver, or something. But no, just the idea of his friend, the possibility of him leaving with his friend and his friend and him having some type of altercation, and then to cover up the crime, they did all of this. This is a lot. Um Let me know what y'all think in the comments about this case. It's just, again, it goes back to the topic. What the is going on with our kids? Why are their minds thinking like this? What happened to a time where you can have a disagreement with your bestie, or somebody that you socialize with, or acquaintance, and then maybe y'all had a little fisticuffs and fights. Maybe I even settle for a little pow pow. But to go to the extremes of mutilating the body, burning him, and then throwing him in a grave, that's a bit much. And then it leave, at first, the whole thing with the police, I thought they had something to do with it because they wouldn't search for him. But that's just, them not even giving a shit about the black body. Our lives don't matter. But I don't know. If you have any thoughts about this case, please drop it in the comment section. Again, as usual, I like to always find out what the perspective is of the killer. I really would like to know, just simply why. What was going through your mind? What could have happened that was so bad? What's in your background that made you behave like this? Now, I know I was listening to some other podcasts, and apparently the parents of, I can't even remember the guy's name that they picked up. They knew that Marcavius was at their house, and they agreed to say that he left or whatever. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe the parents of his friend, and let me look up this guy's name. Let me see what his name is, because I just, again, this just, it's disgusting. This is disgusting. It reminds me of that freaking David thing. And it just goes back to say, what is going on with our kids? Are we not recognizing a issue in our communities? Are we contributing to whatever it is that's making their minds function this way? See, Marcavius Rump arrest. Let me see what the guy's name is. Forgive me because I am still tired. Suspect in the Marcavius Rump case. No, it was the friend that he left with. Now they're not sure if he had a black car or a black SUV. There, his name is Josiah. Josiah Isaiah McKinney. And they weren't even 20 years old. All right, so let me read this. That Josiah is 19 and Marcavius was only 18. All right, so it says Rump went missing on May 6, 2026. And then 5 days later, the family found him brutalized, human remains in a wooded area, which was not too far from Isaiah's or Josiah's family's land, not too far from their land. Wow. Damn. Our babies, our babies, our babies. All right, so let me tell y'all exactly what he did to his friend. Okay, so basically, and he couldn't, I don't care what nobody say, he couldn't have did this alone. I believe his parents possibly could have helped him. All right, so it says his parents previously told Rump had, okay, no, that was his parents, Rump's parents. Okay, so they dismembered him, they burned him, and then they went to a cemetery, and there was an open grave. I guess someone was going to be buried, and they put him there. I think this is crazy. So if you haven't heard about this case, please take a look at the Marcavius Rump case. I see a lot of y'all looking at me. I don't see you typing in the chat. So if you can, if you want to, a little later, put something in the chat. If you never heard of the case, look it up. Again, like I said within the first hour, as parents, I am a mother of a schizophrenic child. We have to be a little bit more mindful and pay attention to the states of mind of our children, young and older. There are diseases that can onset at the age of 16 and 17. That's normally where you see schizophrenia. That's normally where you start to see bipolarism show up more boldly, where you can actually catch it. Like a lot of times when children are young, you just think that, they're kids, they're just going through something. But when they're adults, you could kind of see where they're chemically not balanced. So we got to start paying attention. And again, when it comes to these foods and things of that nature, I know, again, being a 70s baby, most of the time I ate farm fresh. We know that these foods have chemicals in it. We know some of these spaces we eat from, like McDonald's, is not even real meat and all of the things. And I'm guilty of it myself right now. I don't cook as much, but we have to start taking the time out and creating meals for our families. That way you can control what's being placed in these foods. Now, earlier Maybach mentioned that, I don't know, because I'm not a weed smoker, so I have no idea what's being placed in it. And I heard it from other advocates in Delaware that people are, the way they're growing the weed, the chemicals, the pesticides is just not good, and it's messing up people's body chemistry. So I just, we got to be more, like I said, mindful, because our children, I don't understand this generation. I truly don't. It's like they're going to the extreme ends for no reason. You know, if you don't want a baby, walk away. You can't convince the woman to not to have an abortion. Walk away. Simple. Previous generations have done it. Ladies, if the man doesn't want to have the baby, fine. You had to make a decision for yourself. I'm pregnant. I'm deciding to keep it. I got decisions to make to raise this child. I can't force anyone. We can't never control anyone um to just do anything that we want. We have to make decisions for ourselves, informed decisions for ourselves. You know, in the case of Marcavius, if you don't want to be friends with somebody, or y'all have a disagreement, decide not to be friends. If it gets too deep, decide, if you need to fight it out, fight it out. But to dismember, burn someone, burn shit, they from what I'm hearing, the body was so dismembered and mutilated from the burning and the chopping up. They had a hard time even trying to figure out if that was even Marcavius. So just stop. Don't deal with a person. Somebody seems off. Don't deal with them. I often say you can pick up people's emotions. Mel calls it vibes. Pay attention to the vibe. If the vibe is off, don't go any space with this person, because this is just becoming too much. And for me, I think, and I don't, I don't want to place blame on families, but I do believe that families, back in the day, were the reasons why a lot of things weren't happening, because family was family and we kept up with each other and we knew who had the issues and we tried to work with them, even if, even before we had all these mental health resources. We knew how to handle and deal with things. All right. So that was the Marcavius Rumpf case. Please check it out. Look it up. Um, I'm just, like I said, I'm surprised a lot of these things aren't blasted all over the news. When you turn on the news, it's like you get minor stories about well, I don't want to say black, because some of y'all don't consider yourself that, but our community, us. But then you'll see stupid shit like Trump building a freaking wrestling ring at the White House. Something that just is meaningless. But you don't see too many of these stories. Like, the other case prior to the Marcavius case that we talked about, Donald Wooten, I could barely find a video. And you could barely see it being talked about on the news. So, but anywho, pay attention to your kids, family. Watch them, get them the help. I'm gonna play the next music video, and y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let me know what y'all think in the comments about the past video, Bad Math by Talib. Should it go on the Peach Radio Show? Should any of these be removed from the Peach Radio Show or added? Let me know. Let me get into the next music video.
We're going to look at what we call suggestibility.
The male-female dynamic. There's actually another way of thinking.
Oh, wow. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Check out Beyond the Mind, produced by Peach ENT, Fridays at 8.
Crazy. Peach ENT.
That's my ish.
Just to make this, just to make this, just to make this.
Fire.
I turn it up when I get on the beat, it be sliding, you know how it's going down. I get to the top, but I ain't acting funny. 1 minute you up, then you can't go down. I fuck it up, then I get it right back. You know how I come, I don't play around. Don't be in the mix, don't fuck with that bitch. She moving her lips, but don't make a sound. She don't want no beef, cause I'm bringing that heat and I'm holding the crown, better bow down. They fucking with me, cause they know if I blow, then I'm going on tour with the whole town. When I come to your city, I'm looking for gas. Matter of fact, I'ma need me a whole pound. Do it for the fam, cause I wanna be rich. You just want the clout, now how that sound. I swear I was down for a bit, I thank God that I'm back. I was lost, but now I'm found. You won't catch me out and about, cause I feel like they after me, that's why I be homebound. And don't give a fuck who you with, you ain't making no noise, coming down when I'm round. Nah, I don't fuck with you goofy, so they making me pack shit, it's trash, you look like clowns. More stuff, I got a bag, bitch. Made him tell me where his stash is. Found the keys, had to grab him. Foreign whip, almost crashed it. Buy some chains to get my jewels up. Record a track and make a cool cut. Hit the butt, cause I don't do much. Candy trash when you hear such. It's that game, I ain't playing fair. Nice brows, but they know I don't care. Talk shit, all they do is stare. Think I care, I don't really care. Rule number 1, I'm never number 2. Rule number 2, always pay your due. Rule number 3, don't ever come for me. Rule number 5, I ain't going live. Cool, calm, collector, so I ain't never tripping. I be on my shit, so I ain't never slipping. Got a couple niggas, I be really pimping. Big E, fuck opposition. I got the trees on trees. Talking that green on green. Niggas catch homies on homies. I'm talking about body for body. Like fuck is you talking about? I run up in your mouth. I see some haters and it's time to point them out. Bitches is ops, they fuck the whole team. They ain't get no money, no cheddar, no cream. They brag by they pussy, but pussy be trash. No beauty, no brains, just one of my ass. I rep the rack, but I ain't from the shop. Talking at 8, that circle that high. I'm getting money, stacking dough, that's for show. She thinks she a wife, she really a hoe. I mind my business and I stay out the way. And never play around wherever I lay. Dollar signs, the only thing that I chase. That's on the dummy like I'm in a race. Dollar signs, the only thing that I chase. That's on the dummy like I'm in a race. Turn it up when I get on the beat, it be sliding, you know how it's going down. I get to the top, but I ain't acting funny. 1 minute you up, then you can't go down. I fuck it up, then I get it right back. You know how I come, I don't play around. Don't be in the mix, don't fuck with that bitch. She moving her lips, but don't make a sound. She don't want no beef, cause I'm bringing that heat and I'm holding the crown, better bow down. They fucking with me, cause they know if I blow, then I'm going on tour with the whole town. When I come to your city, I'm looking for gas. Matter of fact, I'ma need me a whole pound. Do it for the fam, cause I wanna be rich. You just want the clout, now how that sound.
Up and we are back. That was KD. How it sound? Shout out to Delaware for all the awesome indie music. Thank you for supporting me in my endeavors and giving me permission to actually stream your music videos. So of course y'all know who this is. The guy that got our new year kicked off with the mania. That is your friend David. David. I don't know. For some reason, why does the Marcavius case give me that David feel? Like Josiah heard about the David case and said, you know what, let me, try my own form of this and let me see if I can get in the news. I don't know. But anyway, I'm sure everyone by now has heard about David, charged with murdering, unaliving Celeste Rivas. She was only 14 years old. And the way her cause of death was very Brutal. But I'm not going to get into that. I just had to bring him up because again, it ties right on in with the topic. What the is wrong with our children? What was going on with David that possessed him to do exactly what he did to Celeste? He actually chopped her up. I believe he ordered a burn cage and tried to burn her. Again, I'm not laughing at what happened. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable the things that these children are doing, to avoid dealing with the situations that they place themselves in. So now it's believed that David did all of this, mutilated Celeste's body because he was, I believe, maybe 23 years old, David was, and she was only 14. So essentially, that is, child molestation. I could say here, then we can go on, call David a map. He was a map. And so his music career was taken off, and he didn't want anyone to kind of know about him and Celeste. Now, allegedly, on the YouTube streets, Celeste was also pregnant. So it's just sad. It's sad what these children are doing to just avoid responsibility. I don't want to get into this case. If you can hear it in my voice, it really disgusts me. Um, and I'll say it again. It just makes me wonder about the families of these people. Like even in the Celeste case, how does a child's 14 years old have the privileges or could just disappear the way like in order for them to have a relationship where he had time to mutilate her body and all of the things, in order for them to have a relationship where he had time to impregnate this girl, in order for them to have a relationship that was even a viable one where she and her mom believed that it was a serious one, where were her parents? Where were her parents? you know and it just goes back to, like I was saying earlier, I guess it's a generational thing. When I was Celeste's age, I didn't have those freedoms to be able to have a 20 something year old boyfriend, to go to his house, to deal with him, to disappear with him, um to travel with him. I didn't have those privileges, you know the same with David. When I got in my 20s, my parents and them was still checking in on me. They was still parenting, because at the end of the day, I know at least in my mind, the older you get doesn't mean that you stop being a parent. I'm almost halfway 100, right? I have children and I still parent my children. I still engage. I still keep an eye on them. I still make sure that everything is right and exact. And if something is not right and exact, I recommend for the ones that are stable minded and I keep an eye on them. And the ones that is not stable minded, I keep getting the resources and everything that's needed. Um, So I know everybody probably is going to watch this live and say, okay, sis, you are reaching and stretching. This could happen. Mel said it's maybe not a mental health thing, but again, it all goes back to, for me, a family thing. A family thing, checking in, making sure our children is safe and they're not harming others. I have been on here for a long time. I hope that everyone, if you never heard of these cases, you go ahead, you look them up. Um, Damn, now that I'm thinking about it, this damn David case seemed like a combination of both of the other cases. Um, if anything from watching all of this, take some time today. Sit down with your babies if you can. If not, give them a call. See where their headspace is. Find out, are they going through something? Are they living in a depressive state? Um, just check in with them. Check in with your children. Check in and see if they need something. Check in to see if they having any type of difficulty or any hardships. It's not just about their mental health. It's about making sure we know what's going on in their lives, that we can intervene if they need us. I would hate to be on the other side of a situation like this. I would hate to be the parents of Celeste and Marcavius and that lady that got shot. Well, I'm sorry, I keep saying shot. Powed in the head. I would hate to be the parents on that side, but I think I would be even more upset if I were the parents of these children committing these crimes. I would feel like a failure. I would feel like it's something that I missed. So, again, check in with your children. Y'all have a fabulous Saturday. Please share this live. Forgive me for being a little bit tired. um, but yeah, I will see y'all next Saturday at 12 p.m. ish. I'm not sure what my topic will be. I'm trying not to do anything as in depth and sad as this, like this week, but it has to be done. I figured I'll share because this stuff is not public information. A lot of it, with the exception of the David case. But either way, y'all enjoy y'all on Saturday. Now, 12 p.m. a.m., 12 a.m. ish talks. I'm unsure if I'm going to do that. If I do, I will put out advertisement for it. I had a bad night last night. Um, my halfway 100 knocked at my door, so I'm not sure. I will let you know. But tomorrow, tune in. I should have uploaded the latest Peach Radio show on my at Peach ENT Brands YouTube page. If you want to hear the audio only, please go to In the Mix Radio. Unsure how to listen? Just go to your search bar. I don't know if you use Safari, Google, whatever your search engine is. Type In the Mix Radio. It'll pop up. You'll have multiple ways to listen. Um, Also, I like to say, some good news. A girl that's doing well. I have a new assistant, so things will get a little bit more easier for me. Shout out to Ariana. Thank you for joining the Peach ENT team, and I look forward to working with you. So don't be surprised if y'all see her popping up, hosting some shows. Maybe she even may take care of the scheduling. You might encounter her, and she might schedule you for some of the shows. So if you see Ariana, hello, say hello, and be kind to her because she is one of the many young people that are our children that is doing well. So Dell State student. But yeah, I can talk all day. Let me go. Y'all have a fabulous Saturday. Check me out next Saturday at 12 p.m. ish. Stay tuned for all the advertisement on all the multiple social media pages. I am out. Y'all have a great day.
One night only, this is it. Drink up, get lit. Hey, one night only, this is it. I like that. Drink up, get lit. Hey, hey, hey. One night only, this is it.
Let's talk. Are you ready to chat? On a journey. He was lovely and are you ready to kick it? So play with me. See y'all at the next step because I'm almost halfway 100. Let's talk. On a journey to beautify myself because join in. I'm sharing old stories to learn.